unfortunate that over the past few days we have been experiencing these killings. It started with Kusasi chief that was shot dead at Asawasi, and then it happened on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I was on a platform. We had to discuss it, and I begged the people that it should end there. Let the security take charge. Let them do more investigations. And then the following day, another person was also killed. And it has gotten to a certain part. We are yet to find the link, whether it's as a result of the Bawku conflict and issues. But we can see that it has a linkage. My brother, this is a very sensitive topic, very sensitive and delicate. So I was listening to you outside, and I wish that some of the callers, the things they said didn't come in. Some were political. The man, your friend, Mr. Techi, who was saying President Mahama and Sam George, they said this, they said that. For him, he sees everything politics. And I don't sympathize with him that he finds himself with a political party that today is struggling with leadership.
But is it not true that politicians have taken advantage of that?
The conflict.
And that going forward, we need to have a stop to that.
Yes, we need to understand that when it comes to the Bawku conflict, there's that chieftaincy aspect of it.
Yeah.
There's that cultural aspect of it. There's that criminality aspect of it. Killing somebody is criminal. And then there's politics also in it. Certainly, there are politicians that come from that area. You ask, how do those guns and ammunition get to that area? I have been doing some readings on it from its onset, from the pre-colonial days. I will do more reading this morning. And there's also the sense of entitlement. People feel that they are the owners. They must be given the rights and all that. Now, let's go into the pre-colonial. I'll be doing a little bit of reading, because if you speak out of a vacuum without you being grounded on the facts, you are likely to, based on where you are coming from. If you are a Kusasi person, you say it in a certain way to favor where you are coming from. If you are a Mamprusi, you say it in a certain way. The pre-colonial era, Bawku was established under the Mamprusi authority in the 17th century, with the Nairi, the king of Mamprugu, appointed chief to oversee the settlement. The Mamprusi claim historical rights to the Bawku skin, backed by pre-colonial traditions and colonial era authority. Now the colonial era, the British colonial administration recognized the Mamprusi authority over Bawku, but also created tension by imposing administrative changes. The Kusasi people, who had a decentralized governance system, began to contest the Mamprusi dominance. Now the independence and the post-colonial era. The conflict escalated after Ghana's independence in 1957, with the Kusasi declaring their own chief and refusing to accept Mamprusi authority. This led to the establishment of a commission of inquiry, which ultimately recognized the Kusasi man as a Bawku Naba. Now the recent development. The conflict has continued to simmer, with periods of violence and efforts towards peace building. In 2024, a parallel chief returned to Bawku, leading to a renewed violence and a rise in the death toll. Cause of the conflict. The dispute centers on chieftaincy, as I mentioned. and land ownership, entitlement, with both sides claiming historical legitimacy. Political interference. Now the politics also comes in here, and the media have also contributed to the conflict complexity. So the media coming in, the person who is raising the issue, based on where he is coming, you can smell some linkages. And this conflict has continued. Some efforts towards peace, various initiatives, including the Otumfuo Osetutu mediation-led mediation, that has also sought to bring peace. Once I was at Menchia, and that day was the time that the overlord of the Ashanti Kingdom was meeting one side. You see, it has been technical and very wise. The Otumfuo over the years tries to meet one side after the other, not the two together, because both sides come with their men. And you see tradition, you see culture, and that power. I've been there. I saw one side coming. They came in buses.
Yeah.
So for me, going forward, government has a role to play. We can mention what happened in 1957. We can mention what happened in 1966 when the National Liberation Council government constituted a commission of inquiry. So it's been like that. Every government has made some effort to bring peace. I've been meeting some elders. There are certain things you do not dare put it on air because of some political angles and figures who are involved. One elder told me that a certain figure, until we ensure that he is off the scene, there will be no peace. That was his side of the story. And I didn't just take what he told me. I tried to also dig his background, and I realized he's also coming from the other side. So he is pointing finger. But one interesting thing that we need to look at is that they have intermarried. So when these things happen, there are some, let me mention the Ayarigas. The Ayarigas come always on top. Their parents is from one side, their mother is from one side, their father. So I listened to Hassan Ayariga. He said, when it happens like this, the children who are from both sides, they get confused. Where do they go? Where do they stand? On whose side should they stand? And then the younger brother, who is now a minister, Mahama Ayariga, his house some days ago was touched. He was not even there. What was his crime? So we need to give peace a chance. We need to back the Otumfuo led, but I see.
What I'm saying is that both factions should be willing to make some concessions.
That is it. Nobody from anywhere can bestow peace on Bawku.
It is all or nothing from both.
Nobody, no external force or any individual can bestow peace on Bawku unless they themselves decide that enough is enough. Let's sit down and talk. So I see that those who are from both sides should initiate it and call the parents that sit. What you are doing is dividing us. It's not, we are supposed to come together. Yeah. So I will keep praying. Somebody brought that religious angle, but I see that whether they are both Muslims dominantly or Christians, all sides must sit down and give peace a chance. Right. Thank you.